Hey guys, how's it going? Lucky here from Anime Casuals. Just want to give you guys a quick update. So we haven't got any new subscribers this week, but if you would like a shout out before our weekend talks, go ahead and click subscribe. Also, don't forget to not hide your subscription so we can see when you subscribe so we can put your name and give you a shout out right in the beginning of the videos. All right, enjoy our weekend talk number
One.
4.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Anime Casuals. I'm Lucky,
Michael.
I'm Johnny. Hi.
and we make up Anime Casuals. So today we're just going to be talking about pretty much anything, and pretty much everything that we have been doing this week. Any of you guys want to start, since we actually didn't assign anybody to start?
Yeah, so Johnny and I have been watching this new show on Netflix called Cobra Kai. No, I'm just kidding. That's not anime.
Could be.
That would be a cool anime. That would be an amazing anime. Quit getting my hopes up. Stop it.
Stop it.
No, so Johnny and I have been watching Great Pretenders. I think last time we said we were going to watch it. We watched, it's kind of split into cases, and each case is about like a certain place. And I was not expecting such a time differential to be between them, but
Oh yeah.
and the first case basically is like our intro into the anime, and my goodness, it has surprised me. It is,
It's a great anime, and I'm almost angry we haven't watched more.
Yes.
Yeah, it's super good. First heist anime, and I'm loving it. I can't trust anything in that show, and it's great.
yeah, and I think that's the biggest wow to it is like. I was saying last time that we watched like the first episode and then starts off with like a guy hanging upside down from a Hollywood sign, but it gets solved that episode. I must have fallen asleep in the middle of that, and to just not remember that. And the rest of it just takes you on the most wild ride. And you could give callbacks to like Ocean's 11, but I think that might be doing it a disservice for like how crazy it is. So
Uh-oh.
I don't even want to get into the actual story because I can't talk about it. Like if anybody wants to watch it, like I can't talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want to take it away from anybody. It's just fun. It's a fresh new genre. I don't know. It's not even. I was gonna try and make an isekai joke, but I can't. It's too perfect. Yeah, I would just. Yeah, that's been on my brain mostly all this week.
Yeah, strong recommendation for that. Great Pretenders. The only other one I think we forgot to mention last time was Johnny and I finished Glepnir.
Nice.
And
Furry anime.
it wasn't a ride that I wasn't expecting, but it was definitely a story I wasn't expecting. I was definitely from the first episode going, what the hell are we watching? Like, this is a dude in a mascot suit, has a gun, and this other lady climbs in his body, and it's all goopy. She's doing it mostly naked. Where are we going with the story? Yeah, I had a little thing for Johnny, too. But by the end of the first season, which I'm assuming is stopped on 13 episodes for now, I really like where the direction of the story is going. It's definitely out there anime wise, like pretty distant on like the edges of going. I didn't think we were gonna incorporate those things in an anime like this. I thought it was just gonna be supernatural, and they even took it a step further beyond that. And it's been really fun. It's comedic. It's got awesome action scenes, and then everybody has their own like quirks. But the quirks are based on their inner desires, and that manifests itself in everybody differently. So, like, people with a solid desire come out with a more structured power, and then people without a more, what did I just say, structured desire get what would be the word, like, super off the beaten path of what they imagine, kind of like a genie's wish. Like, you're like, I wish for this, and the genie's like, ah ha ha, I'll get you. And like that's kind of like how the powers work in this, and it was definitely a fun ride. We finished like a week or two ago, but I just totally forgot to talk about it.
Yeah, that was definitely a really fun one to watch. It takes a very I think simple premise with like I want to say it's called like the battle royale or the tournament anime kind of thing, and it complicates it in a very fun way where you think it's going to be very straightforward. They get powers and they kill each other, but it's throwing a lot of weird twists in it that make it really interesting. I mean, they could have had a very simple premise, like I was saying, but I'm excited to see where season 2 is going to go as far as the growth of characters and what their powers are going to be.
Yeah,
Because, like he was saying, it delves in a whole subconscious thing. So, like, you could be like, I want to be stronger, but what does that mean?
yeah. So it does a lot of fun, like little. Exactly. It does a lot of fun play like that. Is there anything you've been watching by yourself? 'Cause-
That we
I
can
talked
talk about
about-
on this channel.
yeah.
Hey, anime is anime.
Yeah, I personally, I mean, I talked about the basketball anime last week, so
I don't
that's
have too much.
I've been
Really,
watching that.
I've been just waiting for Great Pretender, trying to watch that every night. So I've had a real lull. Speaking of lulls, actually, I tried to get into lull to see. Unfortunately, my mind isn't quite there right now. Actually, Great Pretender is fulfilling what my brain wants a little bit more. It wants that crazy action, and Lull to See is more of the. It looks and sounds amazing, but it's not super actiony yet. Which I know you were saying you got to wait a couple episodes to get into it, and that's totally fine. I haven't quite gotten there yet, but yeah. Also been watching Lull to See. I don't think there's been too much on my plate, really. I mean, beyond the weekly roundabout of all the anime that we have to watch. But yeah.
but we'll get into that later. Lucky, what have you been watching?
Wow, so I did a lot of research for this episode, meaning I finished a lot of series. I finished two 12-episode series. One was called Perfect Insider, and that one I was doing exactly what you were doing, Johnny, where I was like, I have a need for an anime and I don't know what it is. And so I got intrigued by this one because I was reading the description on Verve, and it sounded very murder mystery like. And the very first episode kind of opens up, and you're not super into it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this 2 more episodes, and I'm switching. And then at the very like middle of the second episode, it like got me, and I watched 8 episodes in a night, and then I finished the last 4 like the next day. And then that one, Verve knows me too well because it was like, hey, you watched Perfect Insider. You want to watch any of these? And Erased was on there, and I was like, well, I could finish Erased. And so I was already in that mindset of mystery solving and really, deep stories and deep like kind of morality shifts and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, totally filled that need too. So I finished that in about 2 days. That was great. And then this is the one I was telling you guys before we started the filming. I just today, 3 hours ago, finished. Wait for it. Darling in the Franxx.
Oh
I
my
finally
God.
finished it.
I'm
I
sorry.
finally finished it.
I'm clicking end call. We're done with this.
Yeah, I know, right? We're done. I have to say that I was duped, gentlemen. I have been saying for years now, that I thought the ending. I was like, dude, the ending's crap. Why would I even watch it? I highly disagree with that. The ending was beautiful. I had no problem with it. I was thinking about all this stuff in my head. I was like, wait a minute, like how in the world? Who thought this was a terrible ending? What?
Who decided that?
This is great. And so, I'll just leave it at that. But wow, just it blew my. It may have also been like maybe me trying to not psych myself out so much. So I was probably like, I already knew that a lot of people didn't like it, and then I just. I kind of went in from there thinking that, and then maybe it went above my expectations. Either way, I didn't have a problem with the ending. It's actually one of the I guess I'll just say like happier endings, I guess, of a Trigger anime in terms of like not just leaving it off on this like these crazy notes. I mean, it has some closure to it. So there was that, and yeah, I think that's mainly been it. Anything else you guys missed out on, or?
Real quick, 30 seconds. How similar is Darling in the Franxx to Gurren Lagann for you? Like, obviously, the story itself is very different. Like, the setup is all kinds of different, but there's definitely like huge parallels. Give me like a 30-second rundown if you think it's the same or not at all.
Go.
No, I don't think it's exactly the same. But the one thing I will say about Gurren Lagann is it's much more about hope. Hope going forward, hope going forward, hope going forward. With Darling in the Franxx, it's much more about relationships and building those up, and then kind of seeing where those goes, because some of the relationships kind of shift a lot. So I'd say Darling in the Franxx is much more relationship based, and Whereas Gurren Lagann's much more hope based. Like it's just everything is just piling on. It's like how do we keep doing this? Hope, man. We just gotta hope. We gotta
Yeah.
go higher. And with Darling in the Franxx, it's much more like how am I gonna get through this? I'm gonna get through it with you.
Aww.
So yeah,
Okay.
I'd say that would probably be the main difference between
Yeah.
them that I can see.
Yeah, otherwise, there's nothing else on my list besides, like Johnny was saying, the big seasonal stuff. My accomplishment this week is getting my brother in the laid back camp, which he's been watching with his daughter, and they've both been saying it's like incredibly adorable. And I'm like, yeah, of course it is. It's like the animation is so adorable. I mean, you can't. So lovely. Yeah, otherwise nothing new.
Nice. Yeah, Laid Back Camp is one of those animes that I feel like I'll watch, but I'll watch like 2 or 3 episodes at a time and then be like, wow, that was really like I'll do that in between like my crazy anime like Erase or something like that, just for a palate cleanser. Like I need to chill, like you want, yeah, when you watch one of those animes and you're just starting to rethink life, like what in the world am I doing, and then all of a sudden it's like I need to chill. Yeah, the anime is hitting too deep. We need to get to a nice laid back one, and so why don't we go into some of the animes that the weekly anime? So I don't think any of us have watched the ones that just came out today, but I guess we can talk about the ones that came out. Or I guess why don't we talk about the ones that came out earlier this week, like Re:Zero? Why don't we start off with that one?
Wow. Okay. Why'd you start like at the highest point?
Well, I did because that's that and God of High School are the ones that came out Wednesday, and I know a lot of us haven't watched like the ones on today, so
Yeah,
and we're
unfortunately,
recording this on Friday, so
Yeah.
Have to.
unfortunately Johnny comes over later and Josh goes to work, so we can't watch Food Wars or Fire Force
Yeah.
until the nighttime. Okay, well let's get into Re:Zero. Let me start off with the first half of that episode. I was strongly contemplating how this episode was going. The past 6 episodes, because I think this is episode 7, the past 6 episodes have been like every single one has a moment in it that absolutely blasts my brain. It like knocks it out of the park, home run. This is quality anime. This is AAA content. This is some of the best stuff I've ever seen. And every time. So the first half of this anime, I don't know about you, but I was like, okay, where we're going? Where we're going? Okay. And then I think he goes to see. Do we see Giant Tiger at the end, or do we see Rosewell-sama at the end?
a giant tiger at the end.
Okay, then he talks to Rosewell-sama, and I'm like, oh my god, information is coming at me left and right, and I'm like, oh god, I'm trying to dodge it, and it's hitting me in the head, and like, no matter how laid back that was a moment of just pure like destruction for his brain of just going like, oh, okay, I guess Beatrice isn't with the witch's cult. I don't know what the hell you guys are saying. You keep saying these sentences and words that I don't understand. And I'm sitting here as an audience member going, I don't understand either. I don't remember what that phrase he said to Ram and that phrase he told him to say to Beatrice. It was like something like, you are the man, or I am
the one, yeah.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street.
Yeah.
I am the one. And I was like,
Yeah.
what does this mean?
Yeah.
And starting from there, I was like, and then we kept going on the episode, and Jesus Christ, I was not ready for it.
Yeah, what about you, Johnny?
I don't think I'll ever look at rabbits the same way ever
Bro.
again.
Most brutal death scene I've seen so far in this anime, and that's saying a lot. There's been a lot of death scenes. This by far has to be like up there with the worst of them. Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I was imagining like quickly the rabbit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And it was like, I was like, dude, that thing's cute. I mean, it jumps at your neck and your head falls off, but I mean, like, that's real quick. This one's like in a millisecond, your hand's gone. I'm like, what the hell? And it's already eating your finger.
Whatever those unibunnies are, they're crazy. They just, I don't know. They have like knives or swords in their mouths. Just
Yeah.
cutting off limbs left and right.
Don't run
So
out of
awful.
Sanctuary. Don't
There was
do it.
so much in that episode going on. I mean, I had actually forgotten. when he returned to the trial, I don't know. I was like, wait, what? Where are we? What? Oh my god!
And
It
that
was
was,
all a dream. Oh my god!
and dude, that's the first time that we've seen him beyond. I think in the last season, like midway through, where he gets killed by Rem, and then he's trying to recover from that. Like, this is the next moment where he's like, "What the hell just happened to me? I just got killed by rabbits." And I'm like, dude, why'd you take this life and just relax, just have a nice easy death, after that you deserve a break, my good man.
Well, he does that afterwards, right after he's like trying to crack his skull on the ground. Echidna's like, "Hey, calm, just a little bit, calm down. Don't spill everything on the ground.
That was so. Oh,
Just gonna have a tea with some bodily fluids, a little bit,
and dude, and when we got to there, that's when I was like, oh my god, dude, this witch is hooking it up. This witch is hella hooking it up. After the brutal, this is why this whole episode's like mixed up in my head. I'm like, we got the crazy tiger, Garfield. He's Garfield now. He's a tiger. He's a cat man. And that was brutal enough as is, which led to rabbits, and then led right back around into the witch going, yo, it's okay. I've been there for you every step of the way. I mean, I wasn't doing anything for you. I was watching. But, I was like, oh, dude, he finally gets to say it without the other stupid witch being involved. I don't know. What were you thinking about the episode? I thought it was, like, the climactic. It's, like, one of the most climactic episodes we've had so far.
Well, it's interesting because, I mean, I think one of the biggest parts of this season is Beatrice, just because for me, I've always thought of her as a very sophisticated character. In the very first season, she's probably one of the first characters that he leans on. Well, in the mansion that he leans on, and she ends up going through with that. She says, "I'll protect you. Like, here, I'll make a pact with you." The thing about her is that you're starting to see a lot more vulnerability than I thought we were going to see. And we're starting to see how set in her ways she is. So much so that a simple phrase can set her off into obeying you. And also, we know that she is very powerful in that mansion. I believe that's where most of her power is. So she has to be in that, around that library. I think the closer that she is, the more powerful she is. But yeah, I think the other thing was exactly what you were saying about Echidna, or the Witch of Greed. And just it was such an emotional moment for me, because it's one of those moments where you really relate it to real life. Like, if any of you guys are watching this that have ever had like a moment where you just felt like you couldn't say a certain thing, like you're something was bothering you and you felt embarrassed to say it, and then somebody ends up just telling you, "Hey, just tell me, I'll understand," and you say it and they're not running away in laughter or not like looking at you weird like you're crazy. That was that moment for me, and I was just like, man, dude, he finally gets to say that to somebody, man. He literally killed Amelia one time by just saying it. He's literally had to use it to get out of situations and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those. It was one of those episodes that kind of had literally the build up and then the payoff at the very end. Just one of those ones, instead of the build up, and then like the cliffhanger, where it's like, I know this fool's about to die, and it's not going to be very pretty. And now it's just like, you know what? Like, that was the exact reprieve that he needed after that whole ordeal. I mean, fighting Tiger Garfield, what the heck, man? That is, I had that spoiled for me. I think I was looking up pictures of Garfield for our last talk, and I saw this like giant tiger thing, and I was like, what the heck is that? I was like, is that, oh my god, I think that's Garfield. And then like the minute I saw him in the anime, I was like, oh my god, it's totally Garfield, and that's not good at all. So yeah, this season has gone like, it's not even 0 to 100. It's been going 100 to like 120, amping up to like go to 200.
It's breaking the speed limit.
Yeah, I feel like at some point we gotta calm down, people. And so this is that point where it's finally starting to calm down, and we're starting to get some reprieve here. But so the other anime I want to talk to you about, which actually a little promo here, we're gonna be we just had a video come out yesterday about God of High School and the Art of Taikyon. So yeah, what did you guys think about the episode? I believe it's episode 8 of God of High School.
I enjoyed it, especially seeing I don't remember his name, but the guy who knows Tekion.
LPO. I just did a video on this, so I know his name. It's just like etched in my mind.
But it was actually cool seeing a fight style animated, because it was really interesting to actually watch versus, you know, just that regular anime fashion of crazy kick, crazy punch, or, you know, made up thing. But I mean, those are still fun, but it was definitely interesting seeing, I don't know, what actually looked like fluid movements in an animated sequence that was so fast. So I actually really liked watching that fight, and that episode was very cool. Even the little parts that were very small, like seeing that boss guy throw his, I don't know, whatever, his subordinate against the wall with whatever power he has.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely curious where it's going to go, and, you know, this tournament's just getting crazy.
Yeah, that dude. We watched 2 episodes back to back because we apparently missed the last episode as well.
Oh.
And I think the previous episode was that dude got bit and chewed up by a shark.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, that guy was eaten by a shark and bled a lot. And the evolution of what a Lucky would say is a stand has been actually interesting because unlike like JoJo, I guess JoJo, what season or 3rd series JoJo is where stands came in?
Yeah.
These stands are actually
Yes, 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 yes.
an a manifestation of their power, so they're not just like, hey, this is what my dude is and he'll fight you. It's like, this is what my dude looks like, but he's also these many different cards, and out of those cards I can form out like a scythe that also comes with them. So it's not just like, this is the embodiment of my power. It's like, this is part of my power that I'm also shifting between all the areas of it. Like, because he's called Joker, that includes cards and spears coming out, and a crazy awesome scythe that he can just manifest at will. And I'm really digging that, because the shark guy we saw at some point like could make a hole on the ground and like eat somebody with it.
Yeah, man, these powers, I have no idea where to go with them. I mean, I'm so curious, like, how they actually work, because that's the thing. At first, I didn't know if they were just weird illusionary interpretations of like their power. So like, you see, you know, the Joker, but he's not actually there. But, you know, clearly now we're seeing that they are physical manifestations. So I'm very like, how do any of these work? Because I mean, like you were saying, I mean, the guy Joker, he has all these playing cards and they do stuff with that. Like, how does a shark guy work? Like, I tried to equate that. Like, I don't know, like shark cards. Is that how that works? Just anything with a shark? It's so crazy.
I will
Very
say,
curious to see where it goes.
that leads into just a great mystery about the show, is that, like Ray Zero this season, this show's just running. It's just like, hey, you gotta get behind us, because we're running and our view is like 10 miles forward.
Oh, man.
And you just gotta see what scenery you can see on the way there, but we're going at like 80 miles an hour all the way there. We're not stopping.
Like everybody in the opener, and they're just gone.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be like, oh, so the whole series is gonna focus on like these fights with these people. Like, no, by episode 3 or 4, they're done. They're gone. Forget about them.
New
Don't even look
theme.
at them anymore.
We'll get it a new theme soon. We'll just throw that in.
Actually, I don't know if you guys noticed, they actually changed the theme in terms of the people that are in it. So you actually see LPO Park at some point. And so yeah, that episode was really cool. And I'm after doing like my Taekyon video, I'm actually really interested to see, you know, if I feel like it's an inevitability at this point that Park is going to fight. Cannot remember this kid's name. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I feel like he has to fight him at some point, and it's a
Definitely.
really interesting thing because, you know, Taekyon is like the oldest martial art for Korea. Supposedly, it's supposed to be dated back to like 2,000 years ago, and it was cool to see that flashback of, well, first off, the flashback that you know, that he's with his grandpa and he's just like passed out with his blinders. But I like the fact that his grandpa, it was just, even though he's such like a crazy strong guy that can blow away mountains, you know, he's also very like kind-hearted and has a lot of respect. I really like that his that Ilpio Park was moved by that and ended up learning, staying true to his grandfather's style instead of just bending to just doing taekwondo like I believe it was his uncle was teaching at that point. Either it's that or a different part of Taekyon. But yeah, it's I really like expression through martial arts because the martial art itself tells a lot of story, and that's kind of what I like these fighting animes like Baki, Hajime no Ippo. Oh my God, I'm totally Kanishi, the Mightiest Disciple, because each that too, dude. A lot of the ways that they use the martial arts tells you a story about that character, and that's how like animators use it a lot of times. So it'll be interesting because Taekyon it focuses on very it. I don't know exactly how to say this, but Taekyon is a very good counter to Taekwondo because the most of the because most of the counters that Taekyon does is they counter kicks and they trip you, and that's kind of their main thing that they do, and they're also very good at kicks themselves. So that's why his arms go flailing around like this because he's trying to catch something, or he'll use it to push you back. So yeah, it was a really cool episode, and I'm looking forward to. I'm really liking where these webtoon series are going, just because we had I was about to say God of Towers, Tower of God.
What's the other?
Yeah,
Towers High School.
yeah, and so I really like the fact that we're getting this new Korean brand of anime that's really. I mean, first off, some of the best fight scenes I've ever seen in an anime. And I saw some like behind the scenes, and they have motion capture people that are doing a lot of this stuff. I was like, wow, it looks so good. Like it looks a lot better than like the CG Berserk that you see in some of these anime nowadays. So yeah, that was a really cool one. So I guess next we'll talk about some of the anime that came out last week that we haven't watched this week of. Why don't we start with Fire Force? So we had Fire Force. And we saw that they were entering the Amaterasu, and part of the squad is out there trying to hold off the demon that's about to the demon infernal that's coming that's trying to make his way in, and he's very, very strong. And whereas Arthur, I'm just gonna say the whistle guy and the guy with the fro, I'll go in there to go figure stuff out and check it out. What did you guys think of that episode?
Weirdly, because of watching Ray Zero and got a high school, that episode was kind of blown out of my mind. How intense these other episodes of these anime have been. Yeah. I will say I really like the direction it's going, but because I'm not too invested in who they're fighting right now, like the random infernal dude and the big infernal dude, I'm like, okay, we haven't been building up to you. I'm more curious about the mystery of this lady who's in the background, who's like, he's hearing talk, and like his brief Adola burst, like he like felt. Plus, dude, I always love when they Adola burst because like, wah! And I'm like, yeah, it's such a good sound effect. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, frankly, this last episode, it's not by far timid at all. It's just that the surrounding anime has been so like 10,000% that this one episode was a little lacking, only because I don't care about who they're fighting right now. I care about the beyond that a little bit, where they're gonna figure out what are these pillars for, what is this Amaterasu, what's powering the whole thing, what it was like they've created so many mysteries in like 8 episodes already that I am so invested in what's going to happen at the end of this season, because every episode is just a new question for me. Yeah. So, yeah, I've been really appreciating all of Fire Force this season. Not so much the last episode again, just because Ray Zero was crazy.
I guess I'll talk about it, and Johnny, if you have anything to add on top of that, I do like the synergy between this group. They're all kind of from different squads. We have Juggernaut, who I believe is from Squad 4, if I'm not mistaken, or Squad 1. I can't remember. One of those.
From the military one.
Oh, okay. And then we have the skateboard guy. Don't remember his name, but I love that character. I love everything about him. I think he's awesome. But I think also it was really cool in the last couple episodes to see the Whistle guy just do these incredible buffs to the point where he stops the guy from getting impaled, like straight up, and he has no damage on him. I was like, dude, that's my character. That's my guy right there. That's, when we were doing D&D, I was the bard. That's the bard right there, bro. That's the bard. And so I'm really liking. I guess I am kind of a little bit like you guys. Wasn't super invested in the last episode until the very end when we realized that Arthur could read the writing on the wall because he says it's actually a form of pi. So I was like, huh, that's very interesting.
Boom.
Why
Brain.
pi? Do circles have something to do with this? Because for those of you that don't know, pi is the diameter of a circle, and it is pretty much never ending. And
Hey, lucky.
oh,
A pillar is a circle.
yeah. Oh, dang. So
Falcon!
I can't believe you've done
So
this.
after you knocked out Michael, what did you think of what did you think of that Fire Force? Do you have anything to add?
I'll be honest, I'm actually kind of in the same boat. It's weird. I remember distinctly a lot of the stuff before they went on this, I'll call it mini arc.
Yeah.
Weirdly. I remember a lot of that, but then once they get into this, and I don't know, maybe just because I keep thinking about these animal guys, and I'm like, what are they? So I don't know. I'm very distracted, just in general, away from Fire Force in a way. But I definitely like that they're doing a lot of stuff with the characters, and I'm very curious to see more of the skateboard guy, because I feel like they're giving a lot of like teasers and cool stuff that he can do, but I want to see, I guess, more of that.
Also, more Smart Arthur. Come on, Smart Arthur. We believe in you.
So, yeah, that's probably all I have to say on Fire Force.
Okay. Yeah. It was. Like I said, I'm kind of in the same boat as you guys. But now we go to the next anime, and probably the final one we'll do for this podcast, weekend talk, whatever you want to call it. One Piece. Last week's One Piece, we followed Luffy after he ate that gigantic thing of red bean soup, and is clinically obese, and so we have that, and then we have the gentleman who we figure out is a Robin Hood type thief, and he's going to be put on, well, not even put on trial. He's literally going to get executed. And his daughter is Toko, and she is the pink-haired girl that's always laughing. And she figures out, and she goes, ham. It's actually, I knew there was going to be a moment like this where she goes straight up like she can't stop smiling, but she's like crying. It like hard reminded me of, and yeah, this isn't a super spoiler, but from the Batman Beyond movie with the Joker, where Robin gets indoctrinated as a Joker, and he like shoots the Joker with this freaking thing and kills him, and he just starts crying while he goes from laughing to hard crying. I was like, that traumatized me for a while, and so when I see this little girl like all full of laughter, and all of a sudden she's like, that's my dad, and she just starts running, trips into the snow, all that kind of stuff. That was probably like the meat and potatoes of the episode for me. And also, of course, learning that her father is this Robin Hood type figure and all that kind of stuff, and also kind of confused about the blue-haired dude that killed Kimura Sasaki or whatever.
Like he's got to be a good guy or something. I don't.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because I don't know how he didn't kill her. I've been wondering that this whole time. Like it's so insane.
Dude, he's a Batusai. I mean, no, he's like Rurouni Kenshin. He's got the reverse blade, and he's like blah. Or he's got a blade of ketchup, and just ketchup comes out when he slashes.
Probably
people.
That one.
Oh, he's got the ketchup, no fruit.
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh my god, dude! Except you missed one part, dude. That beginning when Brooke comes over, and he's like, oh.
Sorry, I'll leave. You guys are busy. Oh.
And then he's like, no, Brooke, come back. He's like, oh. I didn't know you wanted me around.
I see your panties.
Yeah, dude, I love Brooke. Dude, Brooke's so good. Yeah, but you covered like most of that episode. Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried about the next episode, to be honest. Only because I'm worried in true like One Piece fashion, they're gonna drag out this guy's execution for too many episodes. Like I want him to have his due, but it doesn't need to be like 5 episodes.
Dude,
or 6 episodes.
He's gonna go up on the execution block, and then Luffy's gonna fight Big Mom for like another 20 episodes. And then for some reason, Donut Guy will come back, and then he'll be like, "You and me in this mirror world, let's do this."
You know,
And
I'd
then-
have to be okay with that. If anything, I'm worried like he's gonna be executed next episode. So let's watch his daughter run all the way to him and save him, or get there just as he dies. So I don't know. I'm a little worried, but you know, we'll see.
Yeah.
I just want to get to some crazy fights. I mean, Luffy is slowly getting somewhere, but like even that is taking a while at this point. I don't know. For me, I have a little bit of impatience for One Piece. Just a little.
But you love it.
I do. I keep watching it. But come on.
You know, I look back at both of your journeys into One Piece. I being the old timer who's been on the boat for a very long time, and I was going, "Hey, Johnny, Lucky, come with me. You have wonders to view. You have to get the One Piece." And then you guys got in, and then Lucky dove halfway through, and then like was like, "Okay, I'm gonna watch the whole thing now." And then Johnny, who's I think you've been saying the same thing every time you watch One Piece. You're like, "This takes a long time, but it's awesome."
Yeah.
I'm really glad you guys came down with me to watch the longest anime.
I watched it when it was dub on 4Kids.
Yeah, I-
Name of the treasure. Okay.
yeah, I watched it when Sanji was smoking a lollipop. Oh, that was freaking ridiculous. So
we watched it when Sanji was gonna get a girlfriend.
yeah. Too soon. Too soon. Let's calm down.
Put my hope in Zoro though. Come on, Zoro, you
Nope.
got it.
He'll get lost on the way.
oh,
start going
That
somewhere.
means so many things.
dude, now we know why it takes them so long to get to his execution. Zoro leads the way.
Oh my God.
That would be hilarious. I think out of all like anime quirks or anything like that, I think Zoro's sense of direction is one of the most endearing ones, because obviously he's this badass guy that's literally right next to Luffy in power, and sometimes even like matches it, and you know in some cases is the only one that could beat you know an enemy that you know Luffy can't. But you know his sense of direction is one of the biggest things that I'm just like, oh my god, dude, this is great. But so yeah, what other animes are you guys looking forward to? Have you guys got an anime list of things you're gonna watch, you know, coming up or anything like that, or you know, what do you guys think?
Quick, excited for Food Wars. Like it's getting deeper into the story. I think just like when we watched Seven Deadly Sins like this past season, and there was a lot of wow understanding backstory moments. I think Food Wars is going to come up in that pretty recently. And I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to keep watching my basketball anime. We're going to watch Great Pretenders. I think dive into superheroes a little bit more.
Super hentai heroes, go!
I'm sad, dude, that Smile Down the Runway seems like it's like cut season 1, and I wanted more because that last episode was super good.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, there's probably a few things that are coming out soonish because now the next season of anime should be rolling out. I think summer is now wrapping up because a lot of these anime we're watching is actually an in-between because of Corona. Everything was pushed back. I think some other anime should be coming out in the next month that I'll be looking at some due dates and probably drop them in our next weekend talk. Weekend talk. Yeah, anything, Johnny?
I'm definitely gonna have to make a dive and try and find some kind of extra anime, just because I am definitely gonna be bouncing between Lull of the Sea. I definitely want to watch Great Pretenders. I'm not excited about it, but I feel like I have to do it justice. I'm gonna watch that new Zoids on Netflix and hate it. I'm probably gonna do an anime a little casual review on it, just because I watched the first 30 seconds and I turned it off. I was so upset. And that's not giving it a fair try. So that's why I'm gonna watch the first episode and then be really upset.
Hey,
So,
look
reaction.
forward to your
yeah.
upsetting video.
Oh man, it's awful. But yeah, I'm gonna have to deep dive and look at some anime that I've been meaning to get to. I know I have a list of tons of anime on my phone, but yeah, I don't know. I gotta find something.
Yeah, for those of you waiting for a Log Horizon video, I still am episode 6.
So you
Well,
have
like-
time to catch up.
Catch up with me. Watch it with me. And then in 2 weeks, I'll be on episode 7.
Yeah, that's a real long commitment right there. So yeah, I think for me, I'm definitely looking forward to. I haven't watched Rent a Girlfriend yet. I was busy watching Darling in the Franxx. I know I have to watch Misfit of Demon King Academy. That one's
Hey,
getting.
anime I've been meaning to watch and can't
Yeah,
remember.
Oh man, that one's getting. I just like how they're leaning into like how powerful this guy is. I'm like, I know he's never in any imminent danger or anything, but the people around him are, so that's what makes it more interesting. Like, how's he gonna protect this person? But yeah, it's definitely like a cool anime. I love watching it. I tried to get back into Black Clover. I couldn't do it. It's so hard jumping right back in there and just being like, all right, I'll just watch this from episode, whenever I left off on the manga, and it's just super hard to do. So I feel like eventually I'm gonna get back into it, but it's a long road ahead.
Where is that
to
for
do
you, by the way? Like where you're at?
Not to spoil anything, but I'd have to guess around from where I'm at episode 98, maybe episode 115 or 120. I didn't really look at the episodes so far, but it's somewhere around there.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that and trying to look for some more deeper meaning anime, just because I'm planning to do a video in the future that's kind of covers a little bit more of that. But yeah, I guess you guys can look forward to that in the future. Don't forget to check out my video that came out yesterday about Taekyon and God of High School. And always, never forget, keep it casual.